Hey there, Bible buddies. I've got another Bible review for you today. And this one is a Bible, but not really so much in the traditional sense. I did want to review, and this is going to be kind of a quick review, only because there's not so much to really look at. But this is the NIV Live, a Bible experience. And what this is it's an audio Bible. Now, this particular Bible, I guess, is one that I have loved, for lack of a better word. I used to have a very long commute to work. I used to drive an hour to and from work every day, and it was an hour just like a straight shot. There was, 2-lane road and no traffic, nothing. And I got bored very quickly. So one of the things I figured I would do is listen to the Bible. What else am I going to do? I can't read it. I'm driving, but I ain't fancy and have a Tesla or nothing like that. But I can at the very least, get an audio Bible. So I purchased this one. Again, it's the NIV Live, a Bible experience. I purchased this one after listening to a few other ones. I had rented from like the local library. There was like a King James version read by James Earl Jones. And maybe one other one I listened to, it was kind of just a generic reading. I did not like those. They got very like monotone and boring. And several times I found myself kind of nodding off as I was driving, which isn't a good thing. And granted, James Earl Jones has a beautiful voice, but if you have to listen to it for the entirety of the Bible, it tends to get kind of tends to kind of get a little tedious. So I wanted to offer something a little more lively. So obviously the NIV Live is what I went with. Obviously it is read in the NIV translation. The cool thing about this particular Bible is that it's kind of like an old-timey radio broadcast, right? So you have sound effects, you have music, you have voice actors, a few famous voice actors. I think Cuba Gooding Jr. is one that they put on the front of it there. I can't speak to his religious beliefs, but he reads I think it's literally like one sentence in the Bible. But they have a few others, and it's really cool because it keeps your interest in the sense that it never gets like monotone or like dot 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 dot. It never gets like that. It's kind of like lively and have like sword sound effects and all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. Horses winning and chariot sounds and really any sort of thing that you could imagine that would be in the Bible, it's in there. So it was very entertaining for me, and it was very awesome for me because, again, it kept my attention. It got me through the Bible. And I probably listened to this, I think I listened to it like 4 times through or something like that. I had worked for the company for quite a while. And then after I changed jobs and I moved and got a different job, my son was kind of at that age where he was, he had a little CD player in his room, and he was kind of over the, like the nursery rhyme songs and that sort of thing. So I figured I'd pass it along to him. So he's actually been listening to it for quite a number of years now, and he really enjoys it. So if you guys have kids, definitely it's a good option if you want them listening to something other than like the radio, right? If you don't want them listening to like Beyonce or any trash like that, this would definitely be the way to go. Or again, if you have a long commute, this is definitely a very interesting way of listening to it. I wish that they would have this kind of available for other translation. That'd be super. The NIV is like a good translation for me, but it's not my top, But again, this just made it like an easy way to kind of get through the Bible. So I'll go ahead and show you what it comes with. Not that there's very much. It does come with this kind of faux leather black zip-up case. You can see here it does say NIV Live, a Bible experience, kind of debossed there. There is perimeter stitching, nice fold over for whatever it's worth, right? On the spine, we have the NIV Live experience, again debossed, and then you have inspired properties, and their logo down there at the bottom. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's kind of down there. And then, just the continuation of all that stuff. And it's a pretty durable cover. It's like a hardback cover, which was nice because, like I said, I kept it in my car, so I just kind of throw it under the seat so nobody got any, cute ideas. But like I said, it's a zipper closure, and then that's pretty much it. You just get a huge old kind of chunky tray of CDs there. And it is quite a few, if I remember correctly. Let's see. So this is like all the Old Testament, and it starts on CD number 1, and it goes to, I think it's like disc. Let's see, 61. Yeah, so there's 61 CDs for the Old Testament. And then the New Testament starts obviously on number 1. And then it goes through disc 18. And then you have an enhanced DVD. So I guess if you wanted some additional features or something like that, they offer some. I haven't bothered looking at it, so I'm not too sure what's on there. But it's a nice case. You can see it's kind of riveted together here. It hasn't fallen apart. And granted, this is a 7/8/9-year-old using this fairly regularly, plus, being in my car for quite a number of years. And it's held it pretty well, to be honest with you. I haven't really had any problems with it other than it just kind of accumulating dust and dirt from, travel and usage and that sort of thing. But it's kind of your standard CD fare here for any of you who remember what CDs are. What I ended up doing actually was if I remember correctly, I think that they give you access, I think, to like download it. either that or I think I went through every CD. Somehow I managed to like move all the files to my computer. So if I wanted to listen to them on the computer, or if I wanted to put them on like a thumb drive, or put them on like an iPad or on my phone or something like that, I have access to do that as well. And I forget, either they gave me access, or I can't remember, or I just put the CD in the computer and copied it over to my computer. But either way, I have it available to me in several different sources. But this has been just the one kind of over the years that I've used, and I have loved it. So I don't really know what to say. It's not like I can compare it to anything. I'll whip out a Pit Minion and say, check out the font size. But it is interesting. I guess I will go over that. On each disc, it does tell you kind of I'll show you there. It kind of shows you the range of what it goes through, the verses and the chapters and all that stuff. You have NIV Live, a Bible Experience. It tells you what disc it is and where it goes through, and just that sort of information. So definitely a very neat thing. Great gift, I guess. I don't think it was very expensive, but if I remember, I want to say it was like 20 or 30 bucks. I got it on Amazon, so I'll post a link down below if you guys are interested in buying it. But it's definitely a very unique way of getting through the Bible, especially if you just have like a ton of time where you're, like I said, kind of cruising through the car. If you just put it on in the background, you can kind of listen to it. And I learned quite a bit. I mean, granted, like it wasn't useful for me for like theological deep dives or anything like that, but it was useful for just kind of getting like an overarching kind of idea of the Bible, and like as far as like story placements and kind of when this happened versus when this happened, and kind of like broad strokes. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're not going to be focusing as much, right, as if you were reading, but it's still a useful tool. I know that some people tend to read their Bible in tandem with listening, like at the same time, to kind of help them stay focused while reading. I don't know that this would be the best option for that, only again because there's noises and sound effects and music and all that sort of thing, so that might be a little bit distracting. But certainly as far as like entertainment value goes and being entertained the correct way, right? Again, no Beyonce, no R-rated movies, none of that kind of junk. You have definitely a much better outlet for entertainment with this. So Bible buddies, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. If you could like, comment, subscribe, all that cool YouTube stuff, it would be much appreciated. Until next time, bye.